Oh my goodness, y'all.
Together, it's like 115, 120 for these books, and we only pay 23.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, guys? I just found A Court of Thorns and Roses as well as The Couple Next Door.
Hey bookworms! This is Mom, aka Sarah.
And Char.
And we're bringing you guys another
Thrifting video!
Another thrifting video, guys. Yesterday, we actually went thrifting. We went last week. This time it was to Toulouse, and we went there I'm pretty sure it was the week before. We didn't actually find anything at all that last time. So this time around, we're just like, let's just go check out what they have, and we were pleasantly surprised.
So at this point, guys, Charlotte was very excited because she just found Six of Crows as well as Crooked Kingdom. These are two books in which she owns and have read, and she absolutely loves them. And as you can see, she's just really excited. So these books come highly recommended. Not to mention, she's just excited too because we don't ever really see those ones. I don't know. I think we may have seen it once before and the condition wasn't that great, but to see not one, but both of them here, she was definitely over the moon and super excited. I think if she knew anyone who wanted to read that, she would like gladly pass it on. So if you haven't read those ones, maybe check those out. And as you can see, I just found The Couple Next Door. This is one that I was on the hunt for the week before, and I actually picked it up. I think one in this video, the same video earlier on, I showed you guys a different copy of The Couple Next Door, and that's not the same thing as this one, but I thought they were. It comes highly recommended too, and it has very good reviews, but this is the one I wanted. This is the one that just recently came out, and this one is also another copy of the one that I got the first time. So yeah, they both come heavily recommended, and they have amazing reviews. And this Anna K book is also another one that's been out there, but I'm not sure if I'm interested in reading that at the current moment. Overall, though, this week, everyone dropped off their thrillers. There were so many to choose from, and I really left a lot behind because overall, I do love the thrillers, but I just don't want to pick up too many of them all at once. These two right here as well, by Diana Wynne Jones, are books that my kids have read in like their childhood, so those were cute to see as well.
It's Friday, and we just wanted to do something kind of fun. And with thrifting, you can't go wrong as long as you're in the right headspace, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go picking up just any book, but going with the intentions to try to find some of the books that you actually want, or some of the ones that are on your actual TBR. You have to go frequently because the turnover rate is quick. People are constantly shopping for books. People are always donating books. So you just never know what you're gonna see when you get there.
Exactly.
And like I said, just keep watching because we're doing a haul. We're just kind of showing you real quick what we got, and then we're going thrifting. So we're gonna take you with again in this video.
First one is The Help, and we actually already have this book, right? But Mom and I planning on tandem reading this book together, and I'm so excited.
We just finished our tandem book together.
No, wait, we're gonna have a whole other video.
Yeah,
a whole other video on that.
Talking about that, we want to do that again, and we're gonna do it with The Help.
Guys, we read it in one day together.
We did it in like hours.
What? That was hours.
We read it in hours, like about 6-7 hours. So we found that one there, and the condition is great, and they sold this one for $4.99.
Right? And this one, I couldn't even remember the title of it until I saw it. It was that book, and that one is called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime.
Well, I'm curious to know how many of you actually heard about this book. I did review it on Goodreads for her when we were getting it, and it's an actual book, and people actually gave it good reviews. So it's legit.
I saw it on the list of like 100 or like 1,000 greatest books to read in the world or something.
Oh yeah?
I'm like,
okay.
Okay. I'm really excited about that.
Me, of course, I always come out with the stacks because there's always a lot in the adult reads, I find. This week I actually came out with, there were 2 to be exact that were on my list. The first one is The Maid. I have been seeing this one. Oh, I should start off by saying it's $3.99. Okay, and it's in mint condition. I have been seeing this one for a while, and I have heard the mixed reviews about it. So at some point or another, I couldn't decide if I actually really wanted to get it. I did put it in my cart on Book Outlet, but I kind of still just put it on like a wait list because I wasn't sure. I'm glad I waited because I did get it for $3.99, and the quality, it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about I don't feel bad about putting it off, and I don't feel bad about buying it yesterday. So the next one that I got is this one. It's The Couple Next Door, and it's by Shari Lapena. I apologize for not knowing how to pronounce her name, but I have picked up 2 more of her books which I have yet to read. I actually think I have one to read this month on my TBR. However, I was on the hunt for this book for a while, and I think I found it once, and the copy was just too rough, so I passed it up. Happy I did, because this copy is really good. And I ended up picking up another one at the thrift store last week. It was called The Couple Next Door, but it's not this couple next door. However, that book actually also seems really good. It's about a married old couple, and I think it's like a similar type thing, just not the same book, not by the same author. That one, it did get like a 3.95 or something, or 9.4. Oh, wow. So it did get really good reviews, but I got them confused. I couldn't remember the cover for this one for the life of me. And then when Charlotte showed it to me yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure the footage is there. I will replay it here again for you to see me jumping for joy at the fact that we found this. This is a book I almost picked up brand new several times over as well. $4.99, and I'm beyond happy.
And it's just so funny that you held out enough to actually find it, right? And originally I had seen it, I was like, oh, it's The Couple Next Door, and I kind of went over it, but I was like, wait a second. Mom's been looking for that book for a while now. So.
It's the next one. This one just had a really cute cover. It says Murder at the Brightwell? Yeah, the Brightwell. And this is a mystery. I've never seen this. This was impromptu. There were 2 copies of them. I'm assuming someone was doing a book club or some kind. I was thinking of reading it with Charlotte, but I think they said that this one is like 18 and up, so I opted not to. But it seems really good. It had really good reviews on Goodreads. Let me know if you guys have seen it. It was only $2.99. So that one was the one I probably got for free, because at this thrift shop, the deal was you buy. What was the deal?
You buy 4, get 1 free?
Yeah, the deal was you buy 4, you get 1 free.
Are you making the most expensive one the free one?
I wish. They give you the lower price one, of course, for free. So yeah, there's that. And then last but not least, because the book that we're going to be talking to you guys about that we read together is a thriller, it's just lit like a fire underneath me now. I'm just like, I just want to, I'm just like craving the thrillers because it's just so fast paced. It's really fun, and it's just going. It just keeps moving. So I ended up getting this one. It's called How to Sell a Haunted House. Never heard of it before. It is by Grady Hendrix. Never heard of it, never heard of the author, but this book got, I think, it's a 4.0, if not higher, on Goodreads. So it had really good reviews. I kept leaving it because it's just it doesn't feel like a book I would buy. How to Sell a Haunted House. I don't know. I'm into mysteries and I'm into thrillers a lot, but I wasn't sure. We'll give you a quick rundown of the prices just so you can see how much we saved. So for the moment of truth, we're going to spend $23.04. We spent that for 6 books. We're just going to give you guys a quick brief as to how much our books costed. Quick.
Already, this one book alone is $30.
And it was $4.99.
Yeah, it was $4.99 here, and this one's like $20.
Yeah, so that one, it's listed as $18.50 on the cover. and obviously plus tax. So $18.50. So together alone, that would have been like $50.
Yeah.
This one would have been $12.99 because this is one of those, they have different sizes, right? Yeah. This one is just one of those smaller copies. So it would have sold for $12.99 in stores. The Couple Next Door, I almost picked this one up several times. The Couple Next Door is $24.95. It says so inside the cover, and it is still in the stores as well. And this one here, it says it retails for $9.99, so that's $38. And then this one is actually still in Indigo. It's still in the bookstore as well, and it sells for $24.95. Yeah. So my pile alone would have been just over it's like $62 plus tax. The tax isn't included yet. Her 2 books alone is $50. So you can see how much we actually save on these books. I saw The Help. The Help is still in the store too. We saw it. It's in the bookstore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Together, it's like $115, $120 for these books. I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit more with the taxes. And we only pay $23 with taxes included. So I think that's pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Someone suggested that idea and we thought that's fantastic, actually. Right? It's just nice for us to even see exactly how much we're paying. I think it's really neat.
We're profiting from thrifting.
We're profiting. So, saving a ton on books that we would be buying brand new and for, spending a fraction of the cost. So
exactly.
Anyways, let's get on with part 2. I'm excited to see what we're going to see today. So let's go. What? Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
This is the exact same one that I actually wanted to. Yeah. Remember?
You said that specific one. You said you wanted the cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Oh my. That is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No way.
Wow. There's some Stephen King.
Oh, that's a good buy.
Right?
Yes. My coffee was better.
We just got here.
You cannot see.
And, you should go for Gabby.
I would say you could get it, but I'm done. I'm 2 or 3 chapters away. So we are back with part 2. We went thrifting at our favorite value village today. This is the one that we like to check out for a lot of books because it usually has the most.
It usually has a good selection, yeah.
Yeah.
It probably has the biggest book selection of the ones we usually go to.
Yeah, except when I was going in, I was kind of, I don't know, for some reason, because last week we went thrifting to a bunch of places, including there, and we didn't find anything. No. So we were literally in and out in 2 minutes. So this week going in, I was like, I don't think we're going to find anything here. Except
we found something.
We came out with this many books. To start things off, we'll just let you know how much we spent here. Okay, this is something fun that we want to keep doing. Someone mentioned that we should kind of give you guys a difference between the prices that we spent and how much these books would have been originally had we bought them at a brand new bookstore. So, fun little story. We still spent $43. Can you see that? We bought, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we came out with
9 books.
9 books.
The first book I got was Shielded, and this is I think fantasy romance where it's great. I can't remember the trope, but it's arranged marriage, maybe? Mm-hmm. Right? But
really? I did not know that.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Oh, wow.
I think I get it confused with like 2 other books with very similar covers, you know?
And this is a fantasy.
This is a fantasy.
Oh, see, that's the kind of fantasy that could get me reading fantasy.
Maybe I should start reading.
It sounds like, because I'm not a big fantasy girly, but put some real life scenarios in there, and I'm like, okay.
I feel like fantasy just like my main read. I love fantasy and dystopia.
Those
are just like my 2 favorites.
How much was it retailing for originally?
$15. $14.99.
That's really good. The cover is stunning. The artwork,
so beautiful, y'all. Look at that.
The artwork is really banging. It's so cute. Not to mention, this girl saw this book it was like last week.
Last thrifting.
And she picked it up, said she's like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to get it. And I'm like, you're going to get it? And she's like, no, I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm thinking she's going to get it. And then we walked to the checkout and she didn't get it.
It's on my TBR, but it's like, I wasn't really into that. I didn't want to read it
in the moment.
I'm just like, I'll read it sometime, but I'm not pressured. And then guess what? We go home, we see someone like reviewing books and like, you know, giving the books aesthetic, right? To make you want to read it. And guess what's on there?
Shielded.
It was on there. And I'm just like, I literally left that book because y'all, I don't know what it is with me, but
because she went to bed crying that night. I'm joking.
What are you laughing at? No, but it's just like so funny because all these books that I do want now, I saw in a thrift store and I left because I'm like, I don't really need it.
Yeah.
And you guys will see in our reading vlog, but I recently read Scythe, and I saw that in a thrift store one time.
Yes.
That was before I read it, and I'm just like,
I don't want it.
I should have picked it up.
You said you didn't want it in the moment, and she just read it and ate it up on the weekend, like ate it up in like one sitting. Yeah. So that happened.
Next one was Ender's Game, and I'm pretty sure it's actually like a movie or something, right? And
it sounds like it's like an Avengers movie, but I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the cover, I don't think it has anything to do with...
Endgame.
I'm thinking like Endgame.
But this is like a sci-fi Earth meets aliens, right? Like war. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because I never read sci-fi. I'm not that interested in sci-fi, right? But trying to expand my genres a little. Like, I also want to read Dune, and that's heavily sci-fi, I think, right?
Yeah, see, I never really read sci-fi myself, but it takes me back to what's the sci-fi show that we used to watch back in the day that features Scully and what's his name? If you remember the show that I'm talking about, please remind me. And they had the main character named Scully, and Char picked out 2, but there are others that she could have picked up. She's very selective too in terms of her books. I know we saw the Maze Runner series there that we owned the Maze Runner book, and then we just donated it like, I don't know, 3 months ago when we were doing like some spring cleaning, because it's just been sitting there. We have a lot of books from their childhood, and it was just books that they weren't reading and thought they weren't into it. They weren't going to. And that was before we started our reading channel. we're like, okay, we're reading again. And then now she's like intrigued by the book. So she did pick up back the original one that we donated she found it at a thrift store. We keep seeing the series.
Yeah, the series.
But you're not sure if you want to read the whole series.
Yeah, I want to reread the first one because it was read to my sisters and I by our dad. Yeah. Right? And there's a difference between someone reading a book and reading it yourself.
She sees series like that in there, and then there's other series that I know that you say you kind of want to get into, but you're not sure, like the Stephanie Meyers.
Yeah.
And I own those, and I donated them as well. At the Twilight series, I own those. I had the whole set, and then I got rid of them because I wasn't gonna reread them. And then now she's like, I think I want to read those. Yeah, I have a big stack here, but even in the midst of that, I was selective. I saw other books that were on my TBR, but I was very picky about the covers of them.
The quality of the book.
The slightest thing, I'm like, because I know I already have a big stack, so I'm trying to make sure. That's kind of like my way of keeping myself at a minimum. And then there are other things that I saw that I was like, I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna get to that immediately. I think I can wait. So that's kind of like how we approach our thrifting as we're doing it, So,
Exactly.
yeah, as you can see, I came out with a big handful of books, so we're going to just get into it real quick so you guys can see what some of them are. The first one that I'm starting off with is The Woman in Cabin 10. Guys, this one is currently floating around on, is it Booktok? Is it on Booktok? I can't remember. But this one, I keep seeing this one everywhere. It is floating around. It's still actually in chapters because my husband and I were just FaceTiming. He's currently doing some shopping for, he's picking up some stuff at Costco and getting gas, and while he was in there he was showing me all the books. This one is still in there as we speak, and it was retailing there for I think $15. So anyways, long story short, I was able to find this while thrifting, and I was shocked because I know it's still a relatively new book and the quality is amazing. All my books were $6.99. I guess because your books maybe are like teens.
Yeah.
They are in the YAs or something. They are a little bit cheaper. So hers were $4.99 and $3.99 because the other one is really small. All of the ones that I have gotten are all $6.99. But the texture of this book is also something else. Like the texture of the rain is just so cute. It is, yeah. So I'm excited. That's the first book that I got. This next one is it's one by Joan Fluke, and it is the Cinnamon Roll Murder. Yeah, Cinnamon Roll Murder. Charlotte and I have been talking a lot about murder, like either murder mysteries or thrillers and stuff. We recently read one together, and it was just like so intriguing. Like we really enjoyed that. I think we said we wanted to do a video and we sit down and talk about it. But that said, it just kind of we've just been talking about cozy murders, cozy mysteries. Yeah, and especially ones pertaining to food, because we both are like, we've never really read anything about the food. So we're like, we should try one. Anyways, the one that I said I wanted to try is this particular one. I know this is probably like book...
Is book 13, I believe.
And why is it not written on the cover? Like, why is it not just there somewhere to make it easy? It's so silly.
It's crazy.
Put numbers on books, especially if they're series.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, please.
Next, I got The Hating Game. I've been hearing so much about The Hating Game, and this is totally a different cover. This is a movie production cover. Right? They have the cartoonish cover. They have a cartoonish cover. And I think we've seen it too, but I passed it up multiple times because it just was always rough every time I saw it. And then at the local bookstore, they were selling it, but it was for $10. And the cover was and it was not just in the best quality that I thought I could get it for. So I passed it up many a times, and here we are. I'm never too partial of the covers with people, but honestly, this one looks cute.
This one is actually, like, we're always just like, oh, like, don't give us covers with actual people on there. But this is not that bad. I'm gonna be honest. It's not that bad. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm excited to try that. This one retails typically for... Oh, this one was printed by, was it through Avon? I didn't know that Avon printed them. Anyways, this one retails for $21 typically, and I got it for $6.99. And as you can see, the quality is amazing. It is amazing quality. Looks like a really good read, and I love like the floppiness of this one.
Yeah.
So this next one is Ashari Lapina, and she is also the writer of The Couple Next Door, which I just got. I showed it to you in the earlier video in the earlier portion of this video. I found that one yesterday, and here we are today with this one. And this one's called An Unwanted Guest. I've been seeing other people review it, and I think they gave it a pretty good rating. So I'm excited. This is a different size, huh? It's not like I have another one by her, but it's like the bigger format. Yeah. But this is like perfect. This one has a little bend, but it's nothing that just putting like some books on it won't.
Put a brick on it.
Won't fix. The quality outside of that little bend, it's just like a little warp. You can see it, but it's nothing crazy. The quality outside of that it's like mint. So this is a mystery, and it's for fans of Agatha Christie. So I'm excited to try her as well. $6.99. Really good find. This next one is a little random for me on this channel. This one is Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. And although I'm in my romance era, romance can sometimes, especially if it's not going that well, whatever book you're reading and it's not giving, it can put you in a slump, and sometimes just any book can put you in a slump, and you need other things to pull you out. So even in the midst of it, I like fiction. I like contemporary fiction. I like contemporary romance. I like a story. So this is Trevor Noah sharing his story, and as far as I know, his story's just been like a rough one. This book is said to be like just hard. It's what did it say? It said it was I think it's like they said it's compelling, and it's supposed to be like heartwarming, and just all of the different things, sad and funny, because it's him sharing like all the hardships he's gone through. This guy apparently was tossed from a moving vehicle by his mother, and it was in attempts to save him, which clearly worked because he lives to tell his story and has written a book. So I'm excited. This is honestly going to be it's a small read, or short read actually, but the print is pretty small too. It's not that big, but it's a small read, and I'm actually excited to pick this up. I don't know when per se, because when you're in an era, especially if you're a mood reader, it's gotta go wherever the mood takes you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but this is a to be read, and it will be read because I'm curious and I want to know his story. Okay, so this next one is this one I'm going into rather blindly, to be fair. When I went into the bookstore yesterday, I actually left my phone in the vehicle because my phone was dead. So typically I use my phone as a review. It helps me to review things off of Goodreads and stuff, which I keep saying I'm not going to let depict my reading or my TBR. So when I did that yesterday, when I picked this one up, I've been hearing a lot about Jojo Moyes, and I've been told many a times that she is a fantastic author and that she writes really, really well. However, I've never read any of her books. So when I picked this one up, I was kind of unsure. I was kind of going into blindly. Sorry. I was kind of going into it blindly because I've never read any of hers before. I didn't know which one to pick up. I mean, I found this. There was actually another one in there too. Remember the one I showed you? But that one, the cover was just doing too much on that one. I already don't like covers with people smacked all over them, and then like what was happening in that cover? No.
I don't know.
So that one wasn't it, and this one was the next best option because look at the quality. It's
right
in
really
mint condition. I just didn't know what the reviews were on this one. I'm pretty sure I've seen it though. I've seen it in people's ratings, and it's usually good. I just wish I could have rated it myself, but I'm also glad that I probably didn't, because I got to pick it up blindly, and maybe I'll get to read it blindly if I don't just take to review it myself.
Do not.
I would have easily have spent like over 100 and something on these books easily. I'll do it. We'll tally it up and put the total for you at the end of this video so you guys can see. But please guys, can we have a drum roll, please? Drum roll. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Okay. We found A Court of Thorns and Roses. Y'all, this is a book that I never would have thought I would have found in the thrift store. Charlotte, shout out to Charlotte. Charlotte's got those eagle eyes, because at the very last second, she's always like, Mom. And she finds these things for me. And I'm like,
I know when mom hears me go like, Mom. Yeah. She'll know that.
I know exactly what that means. This is a book I just never thought we'd see in there. And I'm pretty sure we said that. Like I kept saying, even over March break, I'm like, if we go to the bookstore, I'm like, this is one of the ones that I probably might get. But I always said that I would start off with one. I wouldn't start off with the series. Yeah. Because I'm not a fantasy girly, but I do want to try. And this story, I already got like a background story from just a couple of vlogs, and also from a couple of vlogs.
Right? Exactly.
And I feel like it's very intriguing, and I want to give it a shot. So I feel good paying $6.99 to give something a shot rather than like $30. Right? How much does this retail for? $25 for this one. And mind you, this comes from a series of 5 or 6 books, and they are all big and thick, and and I know the series is not cheap. It's like $88 to $100 because we live in Canada and it's expensive here. Yeah. Anyways, $6.99. That is huge. Like if I come by bits and pieces of these at the thrift shop, I will get them, because I will essentially be able to cop them for the price of by the time I get the whole set, it's probably going to be the price of like one or maybe a book and a half. I hope you guys enjoyed this thrifting vlog. We took you thrifting twice, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on today's video, and let us know if you have purchased any of these books or if you read any of them.
Or if any of them are just on your TBR.
Yeah, or if they're on your TBR, exactly.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content. And thank you so much for watching.
Bye.